So yeah, so because obviously I'll record it, put it on YouTube, good stuff. So one of the things that we want to be doing is Shaco is kind of unique in the fact that because you clear 3 camps so quick, you could basically be level 3 bot when the bot lane is either level 1 or when they're just about to turn level 2, which then means that they're going to look to engage and you could do things. So you always want to kind of look bot, but yeah, we just want to look at our lanes a little bit more. Obviously here we would always go for the Janna because she's way squishier, and obviously Samira can potentially, I mean, she'd probably go QE, but if she does take W, she'll be able to get rid of your Shiv. In general, they do have a Yasuo jungle. I didn't realize this when we were playing like before, but yeah, the game should be.
I too didn't register that at all.
Fairly simple to play out. So yeah. So look at the size of your HUD here. You see it? It's huge. And now look at the size when we change it.
Yeah, I never noticed that at all. It never
so you
registered
get
me.
all that extra screen, which is really, really good. It's what you want to aim for. So yeah, early clear is fine, except with this box, instead of putting it here, make sure put it like here. It's just a little bit better, in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't really matter all that much, but... so this is fine. We get 3 boxes there. We get the leash, which is good. So what you want to do is when you're taking this, pull it out to like these orange flowers, because that's where the patience meter stops. So if you go past here, it'll start dropping, but if you're here, it won't. So if you keep it in this area, then what you can do is you just have to walk over and auto this, and then you can come back and carry on. So you don't really need to waste as much time. So we get it there. But that's after we leashed it, see? So it becomes much easier. Because once this goes past here, then the patience will start dropping as well.
Yeah. I thought the red patience bar started on the higher side of those orange flowers.
It's like around here-ish.
Gotcha.
I mean, you can pull it to like here as well sometimes, but...
Where the end of that pointer was is exactly where I thought it was.
Yeah, it's... I mean, in general, I mean, that's where I pull it to, and it works out completely fine. So this is fine, and then we get a smite, which is good. So in this situation, like, all we're going to be doing is auto-attacking. So all we're going to be doing is auto-attacking this camp. So as we're auto-attacking, look elsewhere. See what's happening. There's a fight going on in bot lane. We didn't have any idea what was going on. You know, so that's where your F keys come in. So you just quickly F key over, like, the Karma or the Quinn, doesn't really matter. Just see what they're doing, why they're so far back. Also, another thing I would recommend as well is in your settings, you can move this in interface settings so it's above the minimap. I'd recommend doing that because then every time you look at the minimap, you can see who's got ults, their HP, and their mana. So when you're ganking and stuff, like if say for example you want to gank say Talon and he's got this much mana, if you look at the minimap and then see that he's got no mana, you'll be like, okay, I won't gank that. But here you have to move your eyes here, then move them back here, then move them here. So you just kind of make it a lot harder for yourself.
Okay.
That's what I find anyway. So here, yeah, as soon as bot lane isn't really viable, we can just walk up to mid. They are just playing super safe. I don't know if they're respecting the Shaco or what. But yeah, we just come up to mid. Don't worry in these situations about going all the way around here, because even though we are trying to get a level 3 gank off to abuse our invisibility, we still want to be clearing our camps as quick as we can, right? So don't really worry too much. Like, go here, just hop on over. Even if you just chunk her, that's completely fine. Like, all we're looking to do is chunk, because we have an assassin in mid lane, which if we chunk this Zoe down, he has the ability to get on top of her way, way easier.
Yep, I also messed up the Q there, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, I did. But, I mean, we probably weren't killing her anyway, but we were just looking to see if we can get a flash or just chunk her down, get HP advantage. Even a HP advantage in mid lane is super, super valuable. So here, what you want to do is, because this Yasuo could potentially come for you, just go straight onto the blue. Which, to be fair, he did, and that's what I was kind of trying to tell you.
Yep.
Because he saw you bot and mid, he's going to know that you only have red. So because you've already given that information, just go straight on the blue, and then you can clear that away, then you can clear other camps, and then you're kind of safe. Even if it does come, it won't matter. So, yeah, so now we get this. Well, actually, this is where he comes, right? So here, like, don't be afraid, just smite it. Yeah, just instantly smite it, don't worry. So as soon as you see him, which comes in a second, right, just instantly smite it there. Don't worry at all. And then, yeah, like, we do kind of die. We probably should have just queued away. But, yeah, so a little bit of a mechanical misplay here as well. So you always want to go to the camp that's already up. So just go straight to this, then to this. And then when your bot lane come out, we can potentially finish this camp and then gank bot. Because again, that
Gotcha.
Janna is super, super squishy, and Janna's going to be one of the biggest pains for you, because you have to time your ultimate perfect to dodge her ultimate. So we end up in a position where if we shut her down early, then she's going to A-tilt, she's not going to be very ahead whatsoever, and then she's going to fall off. With this, like I said, so as you saw while we were playing the games, when you're playing AD Shaco, attack speed is super, super important, and Berserker Greaves gives you so much. So what you want to do is you just want to go Greaves first, and then as we can see here, so this is where I said look over the map. So here we go, and we see that they still stay. So again, sweep this brush. So see here as well that we're starting to do things and then we're not really looking. So obviously a lot of these fights and stuff that we ended up changing our mind and going to was because I was saying, you know, go, 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 go. And if you're walking through the river and there's nothing that you need to do with your champion specifically, then look over a lane that's near. Because again, this Janna is level 2 and this mirror is 4. So again, nice box though to block them off. We get this, which was good. Who did we ignite? Did we ignite this mirror?
I'm the United words. Sorry, I ignited the Janna because she was higher and this mirror's going to die anyway.
Oh yeah, good, good, good. I wasn't sure who we ignited. But yeah, that's good. See, if we had a dagger there, we would have got that auto attack in just in time. And we would have got the kill too. So that would have been 2 kills for us. It's okay, we still got 1.
The dagger killed the Sam, I believe.
Oh, no, I mean dagger is in the item.
Oh,
for
okay,
the attack speed. Attack speed instead of 80.
Yep.
So yeah,
yeah.
No point using the box on a smite. Just use your smite, kill it off quick, and then look to go elsewhere. Or just use the box.
The reason I use the box, yeah, I thought the box was always mandatory for that thing because it clears the shield.
Yeah, so the box and smite does. Smite clears the shield too.
Okay.
Because like we only have 450 smite, so we want to be smiting as much as possible. Now Yasuo kind of grease here, which is kind of funny, but
man, I'm low.
Yeah. So there, just don't use that Q. So the backstab isn't worth it. This fight we're never getting anything. We just want to go back to clearing. Clear everything out. We have enough for boots. We want to get that Dirk as well.
I assumed that you'd always go with the CDR boots.
No. Not on attack speed. Because again, you're one of your main goals on AD Shaco, and one of the reasons why I think it's much more viable. Well, so AP Shaco used to be like way better. It used to be like the much better one. But now dragons are incredibly important because they buffed them like crazy. Getting that extra is super important. So here, like your red is respawning, and you can't just leave it up. So you want to basically come down here, clear this way. You also get the ward XP as well, which is really nice. And then again, since we're already here, we can take thingy. We only really want 2 points in boxes. Like we don't really need more than that. Because again, AD Shaco isn't as reliant on boxes. So again, this as well, we kind of walk around and we don't really do anything. So see here, like how we're just like clicking all over here. Like we don't need to. We know we're getting this camp, so just do it straight away.
Gotcha.
Don't worry about going behind it. Like, we do want to focus in fights and stuff like that, making sure we get backstabs off. But when we're clearing camps, we just want to do that as quick as possible. Efficiency is the most important thing.
So I assume early, since you're so slow, backstabs are important, and then as you go on,
it becomes less and less important. But here we have enough for our boots, and again we just sell a pot, and we got enough for Dirk as well. Boots and Dirk at this point are super valuable, so yeah, just sell the pot off. The 2 longswords aren't really going to be as good, so yeah, we sell the pot off, get the Dirk, and then we get back out on the map. We've just got the dragon, now we're going to go for the herald. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that we get 6 first. Wolves and Gromp will get you 6 here, so that's what you want to focus. Like the blue isn't spawning for a while, and to be honest, you don't really need it. But see here as well how we don't instantly auto. Like as soon as we're in range of the camp, just start hitting it. Just start beating it up. That's going to be the most important thing. So we're kind of a little slow on what we want to do when we do it, but because blue hasn't spawned here as well, we may as well get this. We'll get mana off this too, so we may as well clear this away. There's no real need to get that blue in that moment, just because we want that speed. So then when we do get there, they were already there, but we could have just instantly kind of just started this fight because they're... So see what happened here? So this is kind of one of the things where I don't know if you're getting confused between AP and AD Shaco, but because your clone doesn't do as much, one of the main things that you're looking to do with it is as soon as CC or something comes towards you, you instantly use it, and then you're going to do a lot. So like here, for example, this comes out, instantly ult. Just R straight away, and then just start attacking Yasuo.
My thought process with the ult is I get worried about using it early because it gives them more time to differentiate between me and the clone.
Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter that much.
Gotcha.
You're both going to do a ton of damage. So your main goal is to just use it to block CC, use it to dodge CC so that you can just auto. When you're playing AD Shaco, your main priority is just auto attacks. So yeah, that's the main thing. Also, make sure that you're actually looking at the fights too. It's just in this situation, like buy your item and then look. Just because we saw that Yasuo was dead there, which means because he died, we knew that the blue was up. Because you would have left this if I didn't say that it was still up. Because you thought you'd taken it right.
Yep.
Yeah, so just make sure that you're paying attention to what's going on here. Like, we already started pathing towards it, so we may as well keep going. Ideally, he shouldn't keep chasing, but he does, so it's fine. But yeah, this is fine. We can keep going to it. If you start pathing towards a lane, you may as well just go for it. Because you've already invested. So as soon as you start moving towards that lane, you've already made an investment. So you may as well just go with it.
Yep.
Here as well, this was kind of unlucky because he shielded. So don't get overly kind of, I guess the best word is lazy with finishing off kills. Make sure that, unless you're going for multi-kills. So let's say, for example, there's 3 of them there and you know you need to be super efficient. Then you can calculate it a little better for a shield and then go for multiple, but when it's only him dying, it's super important. But here, we've got a cannon and a big wave, so we instantly ult, so ult even earlier than that, so straight away use that ult, because it will still do damage to the tower, even though it's not as much, like, it's still damage at the end of the day, you know?
Yep. I also messed up a box there. I should have boxed immediately.
Yeah, sure. Also, box, the backline too. Because then, so the reason why you want to box a backline is because they're the ones that do all the damage. So because they're doing all the damage, if you clear them away and stop them doing damage, your wave is going to only really take damage from melees, which have like 12 AD, and then tower, which is going to be the main thing that's going to clear them. Whereas the casters have like double the AD of them. Like level 1, they have like 24, I think. So yeah, and that obviously scales, but in general, they're going to have about double. So this fine, we get first tower. Again, you're playing solo queue, where you need to solo carry. So if you want to just take this tower, it's a Sejuani anyway, just do it. Like, you know, you'll probably have people like, oh, you know, this is really bad, you don't want to do this, blah, blah, blah. It's solo queue, get as much gold as you can. Obviously, that does work both ways when people do try and steal your camps, which, again, it's very annoying, but you just need to focus, basically being there on time. So here, we do have a lot of gold, but, like, we can clear everything away, right? Because what's going to happen is, if we don't clear everything away, we're going to lose too much XP from the actual camps.
Yep. Question. Why were we not focused on Dragon here?
Because we just kind of want to get everything cleared away and focus on ourselves. Like, we have a ton of gold, but we can do Dragon anyway because, like, we don't have to fight to get Dragon, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And also, nobody else is set up to take it. So, if nobody else is set up to take that objective, then there's no point forcing it on your own. Because it's going to potentially go bad. So everybody's reset. So you would just want to focus on yourself. Here, like, we just want to get summoners away. So right there, what you want to do is queue in and then just instantly use ult and then kind of run them down. So make sure you get the full camp though first. Like, just because you kind of counter jungled yourself. So make sure you clear everything off first and then go. Obviously, it's a little bit confusing because I was telling you what to do, but... yeah, we also knew that Yasuo had Herald too. But at that point, like, so see the bubble came through? That's where we ult. So as soon as that bubble comes towards us, if we ult, it's not going to hit us. And then we get away. We don't die, and then we clear away our camps. All good. We spend a ton of gold, and now we can obviously go for the dragon. Ideally there, you wanted to get red as well first, because you can take it pretty quick now, because you got your mythic. And also, then, if they do start a fight, we can kill them, basically.
I think I also ended up getting counter jungled there by my Quinn for that red.
This one was a Talon, I think. So yeah, like, again, don't really worry. Like, they're nowhere near. You don't really need to spend time putting that box down. Just put the box on the dragon. Use the damage on there instead.
Gotcha.
Like, you only want to put that box down if they can potentially contest. So here again, like, just instantly hop on over and then just go for the red. We go for Krugs here, and then that ends up with a Talon taking it. So yeah, this was kind of bad going for the Krugs here. We could have still taken a red, but it still would have been 50-50 if we get it because Talon decides that he deserves it more than us, which is crazy, but either way. So now we full clear everything. We can look towards putting a box, but again, like it's, you know, it ended earlier, so it doesn't really matter that much. Again, we clear this, and blue, and then we can reset. We could have reset here. Oh, actually, no, this was a big fight on top, right? So because they're all going top, we can just move up to. We kill a Janna here. So at this point, see, we know the red's here. So we already know it's there, so we can claim that after the fight's gone well. So you always want to prepare for basically maximizing everything first. Again, don't worry about using ult there. You don't really use ult like that as much when you're playing AD Shaco. You more so want to use it to just dodge that CC and then stay on top of them.
Gotcha.
Like you don't usually use that with AP. And this again is one of the reasons why AD is kind of easier, because it's just reaction times. As soon as you see that CC coming towards you, react to it. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. I didn't see anything. I don't know what you know about.
Me either.
So again, get this. We can get this. We've got a ton of gold, which we can reset with. And again here, so he's level 10. And he's just used all his CC on the Sejuani, so we just go. Again, so what do you think we could have done here as well, which would have made things much easier?
We could have queued behind the Nautilus and dropped well, no, we couldn't drop the box yet.
Or just red smite. Just red smite on him. So
on the Nautilus?
Yeah, just do it. Just kill him as quick as possible. Doesn't really matter.
Okay.
We're only going to kill him. We're not going to kill multiple, especially because we got so much gold on us. So here what you could have done is ulted a little bit sooner. So as soon as you're out, what you could do is ult here and then send the ult in. Even if it CCs, then that's more than enough.
Yep.
Oops. Yeah. So here then, you know. So this, we didn't really need to do this too much. What we should have done here, instead of wasting this time, take your Wolf Camp, then your Gromp, and then you would have had enough gold on reset for bulk.
Got it.
So because we kind of wasted a bit of time sending the clone in later, we didn't manage to get bulk here. Also, one of the things as well, make sure that you're speeding up your back timer. So as you're here, you should instantly know what you want to buy. So before you leave the base, set up your next buy. So like, for example, here, we get these. So your bulk is already set, right? So now, as soon as we reset, we'll instantly be able to buy it. So what you can do then is you can also, instead of wasting all this time, don't really bother with a pink here. You don't need it. There's nothing to pink on the map. No point. Only buy pinks if you need to actually pink something. Otherwise, you're just wasting gold when you could be going carry items. So like, for example, here, what we want to do is as we're leaving base, as we're recalling, we want to instantly have the next thing open. So the back before we have it open. Instantly, as we get back to the base, right click where we want to go to and then buy as we're walking off the platform. And this will give you the best efficiency. And then what you do is as you're off the platform, say if you need a Essence Reaver, click on the Essence Reaver because we know we're going to get a full bulk on base. So click on the Essence Reaver, then we get full bulk, and if we can get more gold, then we can instantly buy Essence Reaver components as well.
I got a buying question. Often what I'll do is I will go with Sheen first and then move straight into Bork for the Sheen's burst damage, and then just get Essence Reaver after Bork is done. What do you think of that?
You don't really need to. I mean, just finish the item. Because the thing is, it's also going to give you more... if you just finish the full item, it's going to give you more haste from your Dustblade.
Got it.
Which, you know...
And I usually don't go Dustblade either.
Oh, really? Why? What do you usually go?
Either Eclipse or Hailstorm?
So Dustblade is really nice on Shaco specifically because it'll give you invisibility after a kill or an assist, and then you can use your Q offensively.
Yep. Got it.
So it basically allows you to use the stealth that you have.
Gotcha. I just assumed that Eclipse was better for me because I always make silly mistakes.
So don't really do that. So you don't really want to go an item because you're making mistakes. You want to go the better item in a situation and then not make those mistakes, you know? And then you get the best of both worlds.
Fair enough. Yep.
So here again, yeah, no point. They're not anywhere near. Q straight over the wall, go for the red buff, get that because this is the one where the Quinn tries to take.
Yep. Pings the hell out of me for it.
Yeah, and again, we've got bulk in base. Even though we could potentially go to that fight in mid, we've got a bulk. We may as well reset, get it. And then we could have got a... no, we couldn't get anything here. because we bought this pink ward, see how this pink ward's still in our inventory?
Yep.
And we haven't used it. So here we could have got another longsword. So combat stat throw is going to benefit you more, especially because you need to one-shot somebody and then run. And then here, there's a fight going on in mid. We may as well run towards it. Like, we're super strong with 2 items. Once we're 2 items, we're so strong that we just want to look to fight as much as possible and have as much influence on the game as we can.
I think I E too early on this one.
Yeah, E way too early. Because the thing is, she's always going to go back to that platform, so just walk to it and auto. So here she uses it. Just go and stand on top of it, right? And then we don't get minion blocked either. And then we go on the Nautilus. And then we get that. Great, good stuff. Push that wave out. We could have used W a little bit earlier. And again, now we go for his camps. We have got an advantage because we killed multiple people. So instead of going for our camps that are going to be there anyway, we want to go for his so that we deny the enemy jungler gold based on us being ahead.
Okay.
So this is the thing. Even though I know there's a ton of information to take in here, but you know,
I'm following.
Yeah, and this is why it's recorded as well, so it's easier.
Yeah.
Make sure just pink in that bush, just because that'll stay there for a while, because people always forget to check it. And then even though this wave is pretty juicy, you also have camps to take. They're gonna benefit you a lot, especially because again, we're super strong. Full clear into. Then we look for Byron and stuff like that. You know, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Yep. I also earlier had my pink in the wrong spot. That's why I stood in that bush for a while when I did it. Because I usually keep my pink in my 4 slot if you look at my numbers, which is the bottom left item slot. So I was like, where did it go?
Oh, that's fine. And so again, like we have a ton of gold, we can just clear everything away. Let a team do whatever they want. If the Queen's going to get triple kill, fair enough. She's going to die, fair enough. So here, what we want to be doing is we want to be looking at the map to see what can we do from here. So once you're already on the camp, what's your next move? You're always looking for that next move. So here, it's 20 minutes, so there's a cannon every other wave. So we know that there's a cannon here, so we go to it. Kill it off, and then there's another wave for us to take. Again, it's just free gold. Nobody else is going to claim it. We may as well. Our team did do stuff at the other side of the map, which is great. And again, so the reason we take 2 points into W at the start, so we accidentally put a point in W here, which we didn't want to do. Because when you're playing AD Shaco, you don't really rely on boxes as much for anything except the fear. So we only really want the extra point in the W so that we can clear in our first 1 or 2 clears a bit more efficiently. And then we want to just max E because it's better for AD, and then just go Q so we get more invisibility. So now we've got these items. This is good. Again, take their camps. We may as well. There's nothing else to do. And then here, Samira is completely griefing. Don't Q as early. Walk to the wall, Q over, and she dies 100% here.
Okay.
So again, just a little bit of a mechanical misplay. Because again, like, look at your level compared to hers. We're 4 levels up on her, which, remember we talked about gold in the camps? Let's just say
500 per level, right?
Yeah, between 500 and 652, depends on the champion. So let's just say about 600 on average, just so that, because it's easier to work out. I think the average is more like 757, but we'll just say 600 because it's 2 kills. That's fine. So right now we are 4 levels up on her, which means we're 2400 gold in base stats alone without the items that we have as well. So she would just get instantly popped, like very easily. So again, we go to blue. What you want to do, put a box here just so that it delays them as they walk into the jungle, because this one doesn't really do as much. I mean, it will work if they come close, but Yasuo will already be in smite range.
Are we worried about notifying them that we're in their jungle?
No, not really, because it doesn't really matter that much. They'll know you're there because we've been fighting. And see, this is how quick she dies. Easy as that. And then we look, okay, next fight. So the Nautilus is right now, he is here. So we just walk up, Q, and then run at him. Instead of, I think we went like round here, and by the time we'd done that, he was gone. So again, you know you're going to get that kill, guaranteed, you're very strong, get the kill, on to the next. What is your next move from there? So once you start getting really quick with that, it makes things way easier. What were you going to say, sorry?
I was going to answer your question. Because you said, what is the next move from here? So,
yeah. So again, Dragon, easy. Again, this YAD Shaco's pretty good now because Dragon control pretty easily. You get exact amount of gold for Essence Reaver, and now you may as well clear this away because there's nothing else to do, and then just look to go fight. So again, another point in Q. This should be where it would be maxed out, unfortunately. It wasn't. So level 14 is a huge power spike usually on Shaco because you'll have max E and max Q and hopefully 3 items every game. So your goal, especially while you're in these elos, 25 minutes, level 14, 3 items, including boots, excluding boots, sorry.
Got it.
Here as
and
well.
Berserker instead of CDR.
Yeah, always, always, always. Because see how much the attack speed has benefited you this game?
Yep.
So here as well, see we're looking up here? Like, no point. Yasuo is there, griefing, so just go for him. So we could have just gone on him straight away. Here we can kill... So we probably should have killed Janna just in case she ulted, but I'm not sure she had it. So it's fine to kill the Yasuo away. We keep going here as well. No point backing out. There's no need. We've got Dustblade. We've done a lot of damage to everybody. So even if we get like an auto on them, we're going to Dustblade and then we're invisible. And then again, yeah, Zoe, this is fine. So here she griefed. So in that situation, she's flashed away. That's all you need. You don't really need to go for the kill. She's flashed away. That's it really. Because technically you should have died here because nobody actually walked in front of you, but she messed up her Q. And yeah. And now again, next move. Bot lane, push that in, get the second inhib. Then next move, reset, get blue, go top, get the other inhib. So it's like when you're playing a champion like Shaco that's very early game dominant, you have to learn how to really push that tempo. Like always ask yourself, what am I going to do from here? Like Yasuo we could kill here because he's griefing. Which we didn't quite, but... And then again, like now we've got so many minions, everybody's dead, which we can see. So now it's just an easy end. So obviously this was kind of the first game I'd seen you play and it was kind of me telling you what to do. So I don't really know what your games are usually like. But this is kind of the play style that you want to be focusing on primarily. Because, you know, it's just super good. And this is what makes Shaco so good. Being able to just be everywhere at once. And then once you start snowballing, it gets really hard to deal with you. Because you've got boxes and you've got ult to dodge CC. And you've got your Q to go away. You've got your Dustblade that makes you invisible again. So he's just a super annoying champion if you can get this far ahead. So the goal is to just make sure that you're getting this far ahead as consistently as possible. And then kind of go from there, you know?
Got it.
So I'll end the recording there and I'll put it on YouTube. We kind of went through this one quite quick, but it's fine.